Welcome to Outside the Box. I am Marcia Cross, and I am here with my co-star, Kyle MacLachlan, and we are going to ask each other some questions that you've submitted, questions that are outside the box. Okay, I'll ask the first question. I hear you're a prankster. What's the best practical joke you played on set?
What was the best practical joke I've played on set?
I
do a lot of silly stuff just before and just after we roll.
It's kind of like this. You go like this. You give Kyle a prop. Like, here's a prop.
Earlier on.
Here's some props.
So then I was
and all
like,
of a sudden, he's...
Clink. Clink. I don't think there's anything that really stands out. I do crazy stuff.
No, it's not that he does...
day.
Okay, I'll answer the question. It's not that he does practical jokes. It's that he does these little skits and improvs, and he becomes characters, and he does impressions, and he, you give him a prop.
I like
and
to keep people entertained.
Yeah, he entertains. So it's really more like that,
more like
right?
that, yeah. Okay, this is from Annie in Charlotte, North Carolina. Marcia, what was your first impression of each other? I guess they're talking about you and me. And how has it changed?
I can answer that right away.
First impression of each other. I know what I can answer.
Okay, go.
When I came on, it's very intimidating to come onto a successful show. So I was very, very nervous and really quiet and kind of reserved. And I remember meeting you and just kind of, being very, grounded and real and a serious actor. And you started laughing about something, put me at ease right at the very, very beginning. And they also threw us together like having a romantic
That's right, we were
thing.
making out right
away. We were making out like
away.
day one. And I was like, well, hello, how are you? And that was the first one. But
Well, what he said was perfect because remember you were all serious and quiet,
serious,
and
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, tall, dark, handsome, sort of like intimidating, and then
did something goofy.
and it started that way. But then you get to know Kyle, and he's nothing like what he looks like. So I used to think he was tall, dark, and handsome, and now I think he's a geek and tall, dark, and handsome.
Best perk of being a celebrity. We get to come here today and talk to all of you and share with you our most intimate secrets. And I don't know, what do you think the best perk of being a celebrity? I always say that's a restaurant thing. You can call up and say, you can book a restaurant very late in the game.
Huh.
And 9 times out of 10 you'll be okay.
Really?
And get in, yeah.
I don't go out, so I wouldn't know that. So thanks if I ever start to go out again.
See, you can rely on that.
Yeah, I think there's actually a lot of perks. And I only really notice this when I go outside of my home life because at home you're just doing your own thing. But when I travel, people are so nice. Like you're on a plane, you get an extra bag of pretzels if you're really nice.
Extra bag of pretzels. That's what it comes down to is the extra bag of pretzels.
It's good, and and it just kind of opens up the world to you a little more.
That's true.
Question is from Liza in San
West Coast.
Francisco.
Good, Liza, okay.
Do your respective spouses ever tease you when they see the love scenes you do on the show? First of all, we haven't actually made out in a long time, but we did yesterday. However, we were worried about many other things, so we didn't really get to enjoy the kissing like one should. But we were just saying that our spouses don't watch us on television. Neither one of them.
Really care.
We don't really know if they're just, maybe that's it. Maybe they're really jealous and they don't want to see it. But truthfully,
Yeah.
they don't watch.
They don't sit down and watch. No.
Yeah.
My wife is busy doing lots of other things.
Although I do think the last time my husband watched was very early on when we had that, there was that scene and I was getting all revved up because you knew better cleaning secrets than I did.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and we wind up in bed or something.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
I think that was the last time you watched, so maybe it has a little to do with that.
This is for you. What do you like to do in your downtime while on set?
Okay, well, there isn't a lot of downtime. I wish there were more.
It's TV.
I'm always looking for downtime, but we work so hard. I run in and I'm always primping, or I'm picking up my 5-pound weights and I'm trying to get in a little exercise.
Nice. That's good. I didn't know
or
that.
I'm trying to call the nanny and see how my girls are doing, or I'm trying to answer an email, or it's just like nonstop.
You're
isn't
busy.
It?
You know the one that always amazes me?
I
sleep.
don't know.
But when I walk in, Eva's got a sewing machine in her trailer.
Yeah, well, Eva multitasks.
And
she can do. She's like an octopus,
Biggest guilty pleasure.
Oh, that should be yours.
I was just in the garden. Is that a guilty pleasure? I love to spend time in my yard, in my garden. I love digging in the dirt, trying to clean my fingernails. I was there this morning actually, planting a rose garden. I ordered these 12 roses, and I'm like, I got to get them in the ground. So I was making this whole
So
thing,
sexy.
moving these things over here and planting this.
I love that about you, that you're in your garden.
So that's one of my. Since you're so unlike Bree in real life, what do you do to get into character?
Oh, goodness. Well, it starts the minute I get there, because the fact that I'm just getting my hair done and putting my face on.
She insists everyone call her Bree on the set.
Don't.
That's what it is. No, you don't.
No, I think, for me, a big part of it is my feet when I put the shoes on, the heels on, and the tight skirts. And I start to become restrained, and it's just that in and of
Wardrobe
itself.
has a lot to do with
It really
that.
just
I agree.
starts to, suddenly I start adjusting picture frames, and I'm like, I don't know where that comes
Yeah,
from, but
yeah.
it really.
Changes your stature and everything. Sure.
Totally different.
Yeah, I
doing
find the
her.
language when I read the lines, because the rhythm is a certain way, and choice of words that Orson would say, and actually for me, sort of gets me into that place where he's a little bit, like you said, a little more uptight than I am, a little more structured, and that helps kind of put me in that place. See?
David
Just
Cassidy.
kidding. First TV character, Chris. Really? David Cassidy? That's funny.
Partridge Family.
Partridge Family.
I kissed him. Not really. His picture,
His picture. Oh, that's what you do.
Yeah.
What's my crush? God, it's probably Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie.
I wonder why.
Was big. Master. That was very good. And then Gilligan's Island.
You like a combination of Ginger and Marianne, or did
Yeah.
you go one way or the other?
It's all good. All good.
It's all
and
good.
Ellie Mae
That's kinda-
and Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, I see where you're going.
I watched a lot of TV as a child.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like to bare navel, though, for sure.
Who doesn't? New York, New York. Okay. What's been my favorite scene to shoot with you? Every scene is my favorite scene to shoot.
So politically correct.
I love the stuff when we are, it's that real, but the comic side of our stuff that we do. The writers are great because they give us a nice bracket of things to do. There's real, and then there's sort of like heightened real drama, heightened real comedy, and then comedy. And we get to walk the line on all of those. And we both
Get it.
intuitively understand where we are with the scene
that's
and what's
true.
required. You're a little
Never
more.
thought of
You're
that.
a little more reality-based and grounded than I am. I tend to take everything into the comic, but Marcia keeps me a little more grounded. But I like the stuff when it's kind of a little bit of a heightened comedy because it's real, but we're also playful with it, and that's my favorite. This is from Charlene in New York. Should have known.
Charlene.
If you could change one thing about the show, what would it be? Longer hours, probably. We'd want to work more hours. No, I'm just kidding. What would it be? We'd live on a different lane. No.
No, I don't even know what I would say to that, because I don't think it's, I can't think of something about the show I would change. I would just really have a more predictable schedule.
We work.
We work weird hours and,
Yeah. And you only
every-
know 8 days in advance.
It's just a strange life,
Where
yeah.
you're going to be.
I like to be home for dinner. That's all I'd change, or with my girls.
yeah.
I'd like to be predictable for them.
Listen, I want to thank Marcia for sitting here and hanging out. And thanks to all of you for watching, sending in your questions. Now watch Desperate Housewives on ABC.
Are we equally as boring? We're so much more boring as our real selves.